Welcome back. Only 14% of Americans are confident they'll have enough money to live comfortably when they're ready to retire. And 60% of workers say they have less than $25,000 in savings. Just two sobering statistics from the most recent survey from the Employee Benefit Research Institute. There are so many people who haven't put much thought into retirement and could be in for a rude awakening when it gets here. But don't panic. We're here with another step in the Don't Waste Your Money makeover. Let's look at some secrets to success in retirement. We all have dreams for retirement, laying on a beach, traveling the world, watching our grandkids grow up. But what are you doing to make that happen?
Work. I'm planning to die with my boots on.
No, I spend mine as I make it. I'm not prepared for the future.
That's the stark reality for too many people these days. Ellis Liddell is a financial advisor.
There are young people watching who won't get a pension, and they're really it's going to be interesting. If someone doesn't leave them money, I don't know how they're going to make it.
So what can we do? Consumer Reports got 6 secrets straight from successful retirees. They include staying in a job that had a defined benefit pension plan, but again, those are few and far between these days. They maximized their 401k, and they lived modestly, not spending beyond their means, something too many people don't do these days.
Many people who are in their 50s grew up watching Robin Leach, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and their goal was to one day be one of the rich and famous. And unfortunately, people start living way beyond their means.
That money will serve us far better in the long run if we discipline ourselves to save, and the younger the better. In fact, planning for retirement at an early age was another big secret to success among the 20,000 retirees questioned.
Let's just say that the person averaged just 5% compounding a year. Over a 20-year period of time, your money would have doubled 2 or 3 times.
We'll show you that power of compounding in real numbers in just a minute. But first, the final secrets from successful retirees: buying instead of renting, and paying off your biggest debts like your mortgage before retirement.
Here's the thing that's interesting. A 75-year-old on Social Security can live better than a 40-year-old working, making $80,000 a year.
Bill Joyner retired 4 years ago after 25 years with the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. He and his wife have saved for years. The payoff?
We've been able to go to Hawaii 10 times since 2001 with a great budget plan. So it's possible.
If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. So bottom line, you need to get from here
Actually, I don't have any financial plans yet.
to here.
Qualified retirement plans, 401ks, IRAs, and some hedge fund action going too.
So you can end up realizing your retirement dreams.
Somewhere south, somewhere warm.
Yeah, but you got to save now to get there, don't you?
Absolutely.
Let's take a closer look now at that power of compounding so you can see just how quickly your savings can add up. If you save $100 a month in 10 years with a 6% annual rate of return, you'll have saved more than $16,000. In 20 years, your investment will have grown to nearly $47,000. And in 30 years, you'll have saved over $100 grand. But let's say you can save even more, say $250 every month. Look at how the numbers add up here. In 10 years, your $250 a month has grown into a nearly $42,000 investment. In 20 years, your investment will have grown to almost $117,000. And in 30 years, you'll have saved over $250,000. Look now at that difference, $151,000 difference between saving $100 a month and $250 a month over 30 years. It is amazing just how the money compounds over time. So how much do you need to live comfortably in retirement? It seems like a daunting number to try to figure out, but we've got some help for you now. Rick Bloom from Bloom Asset Management joins us. And Rick, thank you for being with us today. You stress that knowing your retirement number is critical to this process, as important as knowing your cholesterol number. You say it as a financial guide, expect nothing less.
Right, and it is so important for people to know what that number is, and it's simple.
You're not just talking their age, Rick. You're not saying, I'm going to retire at 62, that's my retirement number.
No, you have to know how much money you have to make sure you can have a safe and sound retirement. People have to accept the idea we're living longer and costs are going up. They're not going down. You have to have a rising income the rest of your life. Can't live on a shrinking income or a fixed income. You have to have a rising income. And to do that, what you need is to first figure out what it costs you to live a month. That is the most important number that people can focus on. Then you look at the yearly rate, so it's $5,000 a month to live, $60,000 a year. Subtract from that what you're going to get from your pension if you have one, Social Security, then multiply that number by 25 to 30 times.
Because you're saying per year. You're expecting like 25 years of living beyond that.
Exactly.
Correct?
Well, and sometimes even more. That's why I say 25 to 30, it'll give you a rising income the rest of your life. And I know it sounds like a large number, but when you look at those compounding numbers,
yes,
you'd be surprised how much you could save over short periods of time.
And you know, it gets back to what Robin was talking about just a few minutes ago, is you don't know what it costs you to live a month until you take that piece of paper and write it down, everything.
What Robin said was so important, because people think they know what it costs them to live. They don't. You know, you factor in, you buy Christmas presents once a year, you got birthday presents. You have to factor all that in, but you have to know your number. And what you need to do is at least once a year recalculate that number so you have an idea moving forward if you're still in a good shape for retirement.
Yeah, that number may make you have to work a little bit longer. I mean, you may not be able to retire exactly when you want.
Or cut back on some expenses.
Right.
But it's better that you make decisions when you have time to decide those, as opposed when you have no time left and all of a sudden you have no options.
All right, once you know the number, your retirement number, let's talk about where we should be putting our retirement money. 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, sort this part out for us.
I'll tell you, I think that Roth IRAs and Roth 401k plans are really where people should be putting their money. You're taking a short-term hit today because you don't get the tax benefit, but that money grows tax-free, and then when you withdraw it, you don't pay any taxes. I think it's a great opportunity for people to take advantage of Roth 401ks and Roth IRAs.
You know, I've heard of Roth IRAs, and I think some people have. Roth 401k, I had not heard of that before.
They've been around for a few years, and more companies are starting to adopt them. And there's something that, especially if you're a younger person, slam dunk, you should do it. But I even recommend it for people later on in life, because to have money grow tax-free is a huge benefit to them.
You know, I know when you and I have talked before, we've talked about people saving for their retirement, and a mistake you see some people make is if they've decided they don't have enough for retirement, maybe they'll still help their kids through college. And your point always is you can't borrow for retirement. You can borrow to help pay for your child's education. It's important for people to keep in mind, isn't it?
It is, because think about, we live in the greatest country in the history of the world. If you're old and poor, you have no options. You need resources. There are a lot of resources for kids. They could work their way through college. They can get loans. You can't do that in retirement. And, you know, we all know that we have to take personal responsibility for our own situation. And so retirement has to come first for most people.
Is it the biggest mistake people make, that they don't plan accordingly and don't think enough about it? It just seems so darn far away, you know.
I know, but you know, Myers only has so many jobs as a greeter that they're going to hire people for. And that's what people have to recognize, is that they're living longer and costs are going up. 20, 30 years ago, we didn't worry about the internet, we didn't worry about cell phones. Today, we all have bills for that. Money, our cost of living is going up, it's not going down.
Got a plan. Rick Bloom, thank you very much.
Thank you.
As always.